afternoon. We're getting things started. We've already got a few people in the house. Yay! This is awesome. So thank you so much for joining me. This is Wednesday, April 8th, and this means it's our 6th time that we're going live as part of this Happy at Home series. So thanks. And Janet's already in there saying, hit the thumbs up. So I see there's like 4 of them in there already. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I have a fun topic. I keep wanting to do that stamping, but I keep getting distracted by things, and I think that is the best thing ever when you get super excited about something and you just can't help it because you just have to do it. So we have lots of people arriving. So excited about that. I'm so grateful that you are excited by what I'm sharing, and hopefully this really is making you a little happier at home because it's definitely doing something good for me. So hopefully I can return the favor for you. I've been kind of sharing different things that I'm doing at home that are making me happier. And yesterday we kind of talked a little bit about moving and adding a little bit of motion. And, you know, everybody's saying you need to still get your exercise in, even though you can't really necessarily even leave your house. Like, depending on where you are, your lockdown is, like, stay in your house. Misty says, I love your shirt, Alice. Thank you so much. I am totally a fan of this. It is from one of my favorite shops. They don't have them in Western Canada. It's called White House Black Market. And I so love them. So every time I get down to the States, which I know it's not going to be for a little while now, I'm always shopping there. So thank you. Yeah, and this whole idea of motion. So I mentioned that, yes, I've been out for a couple walks. Today is actually beautiful. I'm going to see if I can get outside. My one foot's been giving me some issues, so hopefully it's not going to act up. And I can do a little bit of outdoor walking today because we're not on complete lockdown. We're like social distancing. Don't go out unless you have to. Walking and exercise is fine. And then I actually have a little mini trampoline and I love it. It's like, I love jumping on the trampoline as a kid. I've been doing that here. I have to say yesterday, I was like super good. I went twice for like considerable amounts of time, both times. I'm trying to like increase that so that I can go a little bit longer every time. Mickey says we should move around and exercise as she eats her Oreo Sonic Blast. I haven't had one of those, but it sounds good. An Oreo sounds totally delicious. Look, it's like my shirt, right? I'm like an Oreo cookie. Janet says, I'm getting exercise from walking to the kitchen, to the scrap room, back to the kitchen again. I know. It's so bad. I have this lovely space and there's actually a little kitchen area in the corner of this space. It's like the area above our garage. So it's like the bonus room above the garage. That's my scrapbook room. And we put in a little kitchenette. We actually lived up here for 4 months, our whole family, when we were still building the house. And when we put the little kitchen in, my husband's like, you don't need a dishwasher, do you? I'm like, I'm not carrying all those dishes up and down the stairs. I'm going to need them here. Megan says, I did some yoga today and I feel great. I have been doing something that I called it yoga to my friend the other day. I'm like, well, actually, that's a little misleading. It's more like yoga-inspired stretches because it's not actually yoga, but it is stretches inspired by yoga, and I do it on my yoga mat. So does that count? So Sheila said, this is the highlight of my day today. The dogs got a possum last night, and we spent the morning at the vet. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for you. That does not sound fun, but yeah. So yay, I'm happy to bring the sunshine to you today. And it's actually sunny here today, so that makes my day so much better. Livy says the laundry is downstairs, the craft room is upstairs. I'm up and down a lot and walk outside most days. Thumbs up to you, Libby. That is so good. So yay. So in the idea of things that move, including us, because, you know, we're being good, we're staying home as much as possible, and then we're scrapbooking, which is fun, but it's not a very active activity, let's just say. I thought we should talk about pages that move. Yay! I'm so excited because it's one of my very favorite things. I'm going to tell you, go back in time and tell you my backstory with pages that move. So many years ago, I've been scrapbooking for over 20 years, so, I've been around the crop table a few times. But many years ago, my friend and I, we used to go to an event that was hosted down in Calgary, Alberta every year, and it was called Camp Croppin'. And we were so excited to go. We were like the diehards that went every single year. And when they went, they'd always have classes. So the classes were fantastic. They'd bring in some of the greatest teachers. You get super excited. So they'd have like a little synopsis, kind of what your class is about, and you'd sign up, and they were fantastic. Well, the one year when we signed up, we couldn't get our first picks of classes. They were all full. And I'm talking these classes had 80 and 90 people in them, big classes, full, totally full. So what we did is we signed up for whatever was available, and a lot of the classes were with one instructor that year, and she was doing some pages that moved. And I really, it wasn't translated well. It wasn't sold. How that whole world of copywriting makes things sound really appealing. You can make anything sound appealing if you have the right words. Well, they didn't have the right words. So we got to our classes and we were blown away because they were so fun. So I thought I would start off by showing you some of the fun things that we did in those classes, and then I'll show you other things that I've done to add more motion into my scrapbooks over the years. And I have a huge stack of albums here, which is not the easiest way to do this, but how else do we do it? I don't really know. So let's figure this out. And a couple of good ideas. I'm gonna have to move these books. They're just so big. That's the one thing about 12 by 12 albums, they're big. And if you have a stack of them, you got to get out your tough muscles, which is good for us right now. So carry around the scrapbook book. Carry around your scrapbooks. Do some little muscle exercises. Okay, so we are going to start right here. And this first one, let's go here. And this is, it's kind of like an accordion fold, but I think it's a little bit more fun. So there are different pages where you can attach your pictures, but when you push on the bottom one, they all just kind of naturally move. Isn't that super fun? And I left the ones from the class as they were in this book, and I use it just for inspiration, and I have gone and I've done some different things. Now, the company that actually made the products, because these were products that were produced, I have not been able to find them again. I think many years ago they were called Concepts Inc. or something, but I have not seen them for a very long time. So, but I thought this was really fun. It was just a big thing, and it's easy to replicate and do on your own. I'm not teaching that here today. A couple of these things I have actually taught in our ScrapHappy groups. If you're a ScrapHappy member, some of our videos do have a couple of these things. So yes, the replays are available. So if you've missed any of our sessions, thank you so much, Anne, for mentioning that. The replays are available for all of these sessions, and I have them all in a playlist. So if you just go to youtube.com/ScrapHappy, which is my channel, that's where you are right now, that's where you can find all the replays. But yeah, so I thought this was super fun, super cute. You can put your pages, you can put your pictures, but you could also hide the journaling in there. So, you don't have to be looking at the journaling. And Mickey says, I remember those from when I first started scrapbooking. It's these are not new, guys. The inventions that we sometimes see that come out as new things are I was there for the first time we did that. And it's like, whoa. I kind of always think that you really have to take that thing and change it a little bit, just to kind of make it fit. But sometimes things are just great. So is that on the outside of the page, asked Danielle, or is there a slit in the protector? It is a slit in the protector. So I've just cut a slit in the protector. It's still attached to the page behind. And we actually, so I don't even know if I could take this, well, I could take it out of the book actually. So the yellow paper that you're seeing here has a little slit, and it's basically overlaying the base page that this part is attached to. So that's kind of the secret way they've built it. And then the page, and then like the slit is in the protector. And when you're cutting a protector, I always like to take like a ballpoint pen or something, as I'm holding it up where you can't see it, a ballpoint pen or something, and poke holes in the corner of where you want your cut to be. Take a bit of foam or something. Where's my little stabby stabber? So take a little foam or something, put it into your protector, pop a little like indent into your page protector, and then when you have you'll have to slide like some kind of like self-adhesive mat or something, or if you don't have one of those, you can put a piece of chipboard or something in there, something you're not going to cut through by accident, so that you're not wrecking both sides of your protector. And then you can take I prefer like a metal edged ruler, so that you can then use like a craft blade or something to cut in between those little spots where you indent into the page protector. What that does is that it kind of almost heals those corners so that you don't have it tear and go too far. So good little trick. So this was a super fun one, and it lets you create a little waterfall effect. That's what they called it, I think, was a waterfall effect on your page. We're going to visit some more examples after. I'm like looking, and I could try to move all the books around, but I'm just going to show you all these first, and then we'll go and look at some of the examples that I've done where I have used these and some other stuff. Okay, so that's the first one. Super fun. Next up, I'm going to go here. I know this doesn't look like much, but this is like a double page protector. It's like twice as wide. And when you open it up, bling, this little cute little spring fling or fling spring or whatever they called it at the time pops out of the page. So it goes boing right out of there. And I thought that was just adorable in that. And this piece is just kind of covering up the mechanism. Do you guys want to like have a little peek back there? So here's the spring. It's just like coiled. This is actually sitting on top of the page. We've cut a little hole in the page protector. It's like a little square. And then the spring is here, and we've used a little bit of foam adhesive to just lift the picture or whatever you would have right here over the top. But it's just kind of a little fun thing, like boing, pops out as you do it. That would make a cute card for my niece, says Sheila. So yeah, I know this, they're super fun, and I just thought that was like a cute little thing. And it's really easy because it's like a piece of wire. It has to be like really kind of thin. You can see it's springy wire, right? And they've just coiled it, stuck it down to the paper. They've cut the little window in the page protector so that you can bring everything through that area, like get it all stuck down and everything. And then, yeah, just supported behind this. So, like, I would actually probably add a lot more adhesive, like, support behind this, as long as this is free to do its motion up at the top area. All good. So that's the spring thing. Fling. Something. It's like that. Anyways, that was super fun. The next one that we did, okay, and this may be my favorite one, actually. It's called the Secret Slider. And here's the little car, and you pull him with the ribbon, and he like moves across the page. And I tell ya, this is so easy. I've done it with kids. in like kid classes that I taught. I've done it with my own kids, and I've done it with adults. They can do it too. So it is super fun, and it is so easy, and what a fun little thing when you're playing. And you can combine different things. I could not find the page. Maybe it's in his first baby book. Where is my son's first baby book? Oh, I wonder if I had it out, because I had him here. He might have had it out, because oh my gosh, I made one with his picture of him going to his first day of play school, and then I made a little paper piece play school, and I had it so that when you slide it, like the slider was here, and he actually goes underneath the school. It was so cute. Sorry, I couldn't find the page. I'm like, it's got to be here somewhere, but I just don't know where. Oh yeah, the secret slider, so fun. So things to note that, do you guys want to have a quick tutorial? Like, I can literally teach this so fast. I need a little strip of paper, and you cut your paper. So the scrapbook paper is going to be cut, and I actually cut this one at the same time as the page protector. So I had the self-adhesive or self-healing mat in behind the page, behind the page, so I didn't cut through the entire page protector, right? So you cut the two strips, line, and you've got the paper and you've got the plastic with this little strip cut. Okay, you're all following? Making sense? Then you take a little strip of paper, and you're going to take your paper and you're going to put it here, and you're going to wrap it, and you're going to wrap it. You're going to seal those together, and you're going to put your ribbon on top of there. And if you want, you can always like wrap it again once you've kind of sealed your ribbon in. Cut that piece off. Now this piece is going to slide along here. See how easy that was? And then now you've put your little pop-up piece on top of it. Use a little pop dot to put your piece on top, and it slides. But yeah, you're just taking a piece of paper and wrapping it around this little strip that you've got cut in your paper. So there you go. Quick little easy demo. Some of you will see. Lauren says, yes, please show us. So hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, little secret slider. So fun on the page. And you can do really fun things with that. Is that the last? Oh, I think that's the last one that's in here. I think a couple of them might have been pulled where I actually needed them, so I used them. But I have another idea, and this is like so bad. You're going to see Alice is not an artist. Alice, does not do art. But hope you have a great day. No, I didn't spell it wrong. It's a frog with a little ribbit mouth. And I think it's like super cute, and it's just a card. But I've always wanted to do one of these in a scrapbook page, and I don't know why I haven't done it yet. So I really need to do that. And Sheila says, I have a die that makes a slider, but it doesn't work as easy as you just showed. There you go. Like, it is so easy. How is the string teacher? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I think there's probably, is that a spell check thing? A spell correction thing? But yeah, so I thought it was fun. Hop, you have a great day. Hop, hop, ribbit, ribbit. Okay, so darky. But it's the kind of thing that makes me happy. And don't you sometimes see like cards or something, birthday cards, and it's like, ooh, like that's like the best idea. I need to get that somehow into my scrapbooks. I like things that you can play with and that they're fun and they're interactive. So that's what we're here for. Okay, so that is some of the pages we did in those interactive classes. So even though I didn't get my first choice classes They were the one. Spell check. I knew it was going to be something spell check. Yeah, so the next thing that I'm going to show you here, let's bring this one up here right now. So I'm sure you've all done this before, where you have a page and it has like a little book inside. So sometimes we make a little flap or something. This one I didn't actually make a flap, which I think I'd go back now and cut it open. But, you know, I've got like a little book inside and I could add more photos, but it's literally just like a little book with all of my journaling from our trip. And these are the only photos we took on this trip. We did 2 days with the kids. They were little. It wasn't easy, and my husband got sick on one of the days. So, needless to say, short. How is the string attached? It's just layered in between the paper as you fold the paper, with like adhesive in one of the layers. Just make sure it's not in the layer that moves. Just attach the string with like a really strong double-sided adhesive, either red line tape, but probably paper tape would work too. But yeah, stick it in one of the layers so that then you've got that kind of in your little sandwich. That's a terrible way for me to show you. In the little sandwich like that, right? There. Hopefully that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, so little books. Those are kind of a fun thing. If I could access this, it'd be better. So actually, I think I will cut this page protector and make it. But here you can see one of these little accordion things, and I've actually held it closed with a little bit of Velcro tape, but you can see one of these little sliders, and I've got pictures and the words in this little thing, even some really bad poetry, I guess. So I've got more stuff in there, all talking about this fish that my husband, this is one of his most requested pages to see because he is so proud of catching this gigantic fish. It weighed as much as my kid. So it was kind of funny because it weighed the same amount. So that was just kind of a fun way you can see how that actually gets used. Okay, let's move that one. And so we've seen the fuse tool, and we've seen how much fun you can have using a fuse tool to create interaction on your page by having pieces that move. But close to my heart, I used to be a consultant, I'm not now, but I really like their products. They make a product called a flip flap, and it's just like a little external piece that you add to your page. I love, 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 love using them when I do pocket pages, and it is just a great way to add more interaction to your pages. You can see here, even the journaling, it's fit into the page. I've got extra little inserts that are small. Oh, that's funny. My picture's on there sideways. Yeah, but you can see lots of pictures all on one page, but lots of interaction too. So it's a really fun page to look at. Mickey says, I used to use flip flaps all the time in project life. They make it so much easier. So I just think it was like a really fun product. It's really easy to look. They come in 4x6s, but you can also get 3x4s, and then they have multi-size packs that have different sizes. They got different things. You can get big ones too. So lots of fun things. Actually, I don't even know. I can't even tell you what they actually have because I haven't looked at their supplies for a while, but they're super good. So hopefully they still have them. You can also do this technique with a fuse tool. Sheila says, I have a fuse tool, but only used it once to make a bookmark. Don't. They're so fun. Okay. Fuse tool. I'm putting it on my list of things we need to talk about here. So fuse tool. We're going to talk about fuse tools because they're fun and fabulous. They're fun and fabulous. Okay. Other ways to add things that move and interaction to your pages. Adding a QR code to do a video. Now, I have covered this in our ScrapHappy group. I think we did Scrap Solutions about that. I do have a blog post that I wrote ages ago. If you type on Google how to add a video to a scrapbook page, then you can get instructions on this. It's so easy, I promise you. But what this allows you to do is, as you're looking at your book, you're like, oh, cute page and everything, but you take your cell phone camera and it brings up a link on YouTube, and you can go and watch the video just like that. My fearless 6-year-old. Here we go. He jumps off the snow into the pile, off of a big mountain of snow into the pile. So I've got that little video on here. It's a very short little thing, but it's a great way to add that video. And we often take them, right? We've always got our phones in our hand. It's so easy to take a little video. Then what do you do with them? And you can't put that in your book, but you can. You totally can. Mickey said she did a QR code for Project Life. Awesome. And Sheila said that would be great. I hate not using it. Okay. And Karina also is confessing. She says, I have a fuse tool, but I haven't used it. So please show me. Okay, we're going to do it. I love a fuse tool. They're so fun, so easy, and there's lots of things you can do with them. So we'll definitely do fuse tool day. Okay, so here we go. That is adding a video. Super fun thing you can do. This one, I came up with this all by myself. I was so excited about this. I did this during a load challenge. It was like something like, do something you've never done before. And so I came up with the idea of adding a spinner to my page. And I love this. So I have this picture of my son. He's on the trampoline doing a flip. And what is more fun than having journaling that spins around so that you can read the journaling, right? Like, how hilarious is that? I think it's super fun. This, I laminated the front of this thing, and then it is attached in to the back of the page. Oh, see, I don't even have another page in behind here, so you can actually see I used the brad to allow it to turn. It's so easy. Megan is also confessing. We have a lot of confessions here, guys. Megan says, hello from Connecticut. I also make sure, if that's not Connecticut, I apologize. I'm like, not from the United States, but I know most of them. She says, I also have a fuse tool and I've never used it. Don't hang your head in shame. We're going to remedy that. Daniela says, since I learned from you how do you do the QR code, I add videos a lot. Yay! That is so good. I love that. That's like an ultimate success story. Lauren says, I work for a yearbook publishing company and we use QR codes in yearbooks. I never thought to put one in my scrapbook. Great idea. And yeah, they're so easy to make. Super fun. I'm in love with this little thing. Do I have any more tabs on here? No. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. This one. Okay. This is something that I love. It's called the Push Me Pull Me, and I'm like a big fan of it. It is one of my favorite things. Danelle says my fuse tool is in the original packaging. It's true. And I was right on Connecticut. That's awesome. And Mickey says, I'm proud of myself for not buying a fuse tool because I'm not very good at using tools. Tools are fun. They can give you like so much fun and interaction. So I think that they're super fun. Okay, here we go. Mother's Day. This is our adventure. We actually we put the dinghy in the river and we hit a rock, and then we had to like fix the boat, and then we just got it fixed. We put it in the water and we hit another rock. Like it was just too shallow, and it was drama. But I had more pictures. And how fun is that to be able to look at your pictures? You can't even see them all. Here we go. So yeah, super fun. Oh, I'm pushing it out of my book. But there we go. push me, pull me. So as I pull on my picture down here, my other one pops out the top. And I think this is like seriously magic. It's quite easy to do. I know I've taught it somewhere before. Maybe in our scrapbook group. I think I've taught it in ScrapHappy. I'll have to look and see where I've showed it. I've showed it on cards. I've done it on cards before. Super fun thing for cards. But my favorite is doing it on a scrapbook page. So the idea of it is really cool, but we would need some definite instructions on this one. Megan says, I've discovered you through my good friend Sandy Boone of the 3 Room Studio. Excited to be finally catching you live. Oh my gosh, I met Sandy at Creativation. She's like the sweetest person. She had like the coolest little thing. She had brought like this little Creativation booth in a box, a little box, and she opened it up. She said, my dream is to one day have a booth at Creativation. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was so fun. So yeah, I'm actually going to be using her stamps when I do my stamping, but I just keep coming up with different things, and I like to kind of go where the inspiration takes me. So we will get back to stamping. And Sandy is doing, okay, I'm going to come on here for a second. Sandy is going to be our Scrap Smarter instructor on the 22nd. Everyone is welcome to come and join. You have to make sure that you're on my email list, which is right here, scraphappy.org/subscribe. You can sign up for my email list if you haven't before. And Sandy is going to be our Scrap Smarter instructor, where we do a live session. She actually will have a pre-recorded video where she teaches us how to do some really cool things. Let me just show you some of her stamps for a second, because they are gorgeous and beautiful and make me happy. And she has some new releases that I got a peek at one of the new things, and I was like, woo! Here, let me hold that one sideways. I'm holding the wrong one sideways. Okay. Look how fun these are. They're so good for making little scenes. She's going to talk to us about stamping, masking, and coloring. And I am not a coloring expert, so we need Sandy. And actually, she had like the coolest little masking sneak on her Instagram. If you don't follow her Instagram, I think it's 3 Room Studio. Yeah, so good. So really excited. And like, this is like totally perfect stuff that we need for right now, right? It's the kind of stuff we need for right now. So, and look at these ones here. Oh, I'm not paying attention to the fact that I have an extra keyboard sitting here and it is dinging and doing crazy things. Okay, so look at these stamps. I read past my bedtime, and read books, drink coffee, be happy. Maybe just one more chapter. I just love them, so I'm obsessed. And then she had her other one that came out last month. So cute. Her new one has like a beautiful hibiscus flower, and it's like for Mother's Day. So nice. Anyways, okay, so she's going to be on with us next week. Get on the email list, because I can't wait for you to join us with this stuff. Megan says, it's so exciting. I was playing with a new release today. So super fun stuff. And she says, yes, it's at 3 Room Studio on Instagram. And she's got 4 new 4x6 sets soon to be released. There we go. We've got the inside track. What is this? Oh, that's just something different that I've got tagged. I'm like, I don't remember having something else in there. Okay, but I do have one more thing to show you. And this page here is super fun. So let's go here. I've got like one last page for interaction, movement, fun stuff to do on pages. I probably have way more, but this is what I could find for right now. Although, yeah, I think I've covered most of it. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so this page, let me just take this for a second and see if we can get this a little bit whiter. Okay, is that better? Hopefully. It is a pinky kind of page, and the color is faded on this picture. And yeah, that was me years ago. And So here we go. This one, I wanted to make a page about myself. So me at 26. And this one kind of gets a little, like, it's very, I have strong feelings, and I'll go into that in a second. So I'll just show you the page first, and then I'll tell you why this page means so much to me. So I'll show you this first. We've got this little section here that slides out, and I have listed all of the craziest things about myself at the time, and it is like big things, little things, all the things. So things like, I'm a girly girl, I love chick flicks, I listen to Britney Spears and Hilary Duff, I love to get dressed up for opera, ballet, and theater, I love to do my hair in hot rollers because it looks so glamorous. So I'm telling you, it's not all deep stuff here. So Sharon, yeah, I know, like the little slide out. So lots of times when we think of a slide out, we think of something small, but I wanted to go big, so I did the side slide, and I just made sure that it comes on out of the page, right? With a big picture, that makes big things possible. It says, I'm a procrastinator. I always leave things until the last minute. I'm disorganized. I'm always late, and in a panic, I often feel like my life is in chaos. And that has slightly improved, but I'm not going to say I'm perfect, but it has slightly improved. And the photo, I faded the color on it because I really wanted to kind of explore different things. And I think like sometimes full color photos feel too real. Black and white just didn't feel right. But I love that tone down the color. I do that whenever I've got some strong emotions to share. Sheila says, who didn't listen to Britney Spears and Hilary Duff? She says, I love to spend money, especially on scrapbook supplies and home furnishings. Let's be real. And it says, I'm a shy person. My friends don't think so. I just pretend not to be shy. As a kid, I was always shy, but I decided to work on it. Whenever I'm in a new situation, it feels like I'm forcing myself to not be shy. I am falsely outgoing. Is that a new phrase? Falsely outgoing? There we go. And I think, like, just looking back, I can see, I love this. Like, I'm 42 right now. Looking back at me at 26, that's a few years ago. And some of this stuff is just ingrained in who I am, and some of this stuff has totally changed. I love to wear sleeveless shirts, even in winter. I don't like to wear sweaters. I know, like this right now, I feel like I'm melting. Seriously. It is cute, though. It's so cute. I love to dance around the house in my swimsuit, listening to pop music and sing along really badly. Yeah, but in my swimsuit for some reason, yes. I have run for public office twice. Once for town council in Mayerthorpe, I lost. Once for school board trustee in Whitecourt, I lost again. I am kind of a perfectionist. It often keeps me from getting things done because I don't like to do it if I can't do it right. I eat soup for breakfast almost every day. Usually Campbell's, mushroom, vegetable, tomato, and cream of chicken are my favorite flavors. I also like to pretend that I'm adventurous. I've been bungee jumping and skydiving and rappelling. I've been on a 2-week holiday in Australia and Hawaii with only one small carry-on bag. We went without hotel bookings. I consider that very adventurous, by the way. Going on a traveling trip around the world with no hotel booking, to me, that's my idea of like, that's an adventure. Laura says, my new phrase is extroverted introvert. It suits me. Love it. Extroverted introvert. I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of ladders. I really don't like to climb on them or be on them at all. But yeah, heights, not a problem. Ladders, scary. I can't explain it myself. I get lonely a lot. I usually call my friends on the phone. I have a lot of telephone marathons. My favorite foods are soup and turkey. I really like turkey soup. I like blueberries. I don't like onions and green peppers. I also don't like cheesecake and whipped cream. I do like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I'll confess, I've come around on whipped cream. Finally. It's taken a long time, but Janet says, you are the mayor and president of ScrapHappy, so you did win. My favorite color is blue. There you go, guys. I have not always been the queen of pink, even though I made a page that was all pink. But my favorite color, I said, was blue. I also really like pink. My hobby is scrapbooking. I can kind of play the piano, but not very well. My husband says he loves me very much. I like being a mother of 2 little boys most days, and 3 would be too many. So that is kind of the silly, funny things that give you a glimpse into who I was as a 26-year-old. But while that is fun, that is a fun little thing, right? To be able to have that pull-out journaling. Check this out. So I saw this in a magazine, Creating Keepsake magazine, a million years ago. Like, 26. It's been a while. Okay, I love my smile. And I made this little fold out that you can see here. And I used the packing tape transfer method where you print your photos onto certain types of inkjet printer paper. And when you put your picture over top, you burnish it onto... You put packing tape over top of your picture, you burnish it over the top, like really rub it on there. Then you can soak the picture into water and you peel the paper off and the picture stays on the packing tape. So that's what I did on this page. And you can see I typed different things in behind. And I shared my current signature from the time. It's different now, so that's kind of funny. I've got pictures of my husband, me and my boys. I've got my bungee jumping adventure, my skydiving adventure. I said I love my smile. And then I've got more. I've got going to the ballet. I've got me in Hawaii. I've got the Australian Opera House, or the Sydney Opera House, I guess. And me in my scrapbook glory, where I'm super happy I'm in a scrapbook store. It wasn't even called Scrapbook Glory, but those were the words I used. So I thought it was a fun kind of page, and I thought that it had a lot of interaction, but it also told a lot about myself at the time. Libby says it sounds like too much work. Well, I don't know. I think that the page was built to represent the person. And I think if you're looking at me as a person at that time, the dynamic feel of it, the motion, the action, my life was like constant excitement at the time. And I think that it's a really fun thing. And I think I've looked and I have done versions of pages like this since then, but some parts stay and some parts change, and it's so interesting to kind of see how that changes and how your life kind of moves, and you as a person, that changes too. Danielle says, wow, so much we didn't know about our Alice. Thanks for sharing. So yeah, and I just, so I said like this page was important to me for a reason. It goes deeper, right? So I look at this person that I was at 26, and sure, I like Britney Spears and Hilary Duff, and I ate soup for breakfast. But it was the year before I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So things changed a lot in my life right after this page was made, or kind of around the time that this page was made, probably by the time I was scrapbooking it. Yeah, things kind of changed a lot, right? Like it was surgeries and chemo and radiation and like major life events, right? And just worrying about, am I going to make it through this, right? But I look at this and how nice is it to have that reflection on who I was before something changed. And changes are constantly happening in our life, but we can look at this spot where we are right now and tell the story about where we are right now, because we can't go back and necessarily do that again. We can look back through a different lens and tell stories about what we think we were back then. But it really changes the story as we change, right? We look at things with a different perspective and through a different lens on the world, I guess, and a lens on who we think we were. And, we might soften rough edges, and we might kind of maybe gloss over the fact that, that was our favorite music at the time, or whatever it is, right? The way we present a story changes. So I really like having stories and pages that kind of really give me that glimpse into the world right now, my perspective on it, the person that I am right now. And if I'm going to suggest something today, is add something that makes your page fun. So maybe one of these ideas that I've shared today with all the motion and interaction and things that move, maybe that will help to inspire some fun for your page. But share something about yourself or about your feelings, your emotions. I know right now that could be extra hard, but it could also be extra important to do right now when we're kind of in the middle of all of this, compared to what we're going to be thinking about it in 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, right? It really takes it. I know. It's like, hey man, such a great conversation. This is Janet. And Jill says, so true. Every day provides us a different lens of experience of the past. And I think that just giving us the chance to, reflect on who we were, who we are now, and maybe even where we're going, right? It's so different. So hopefully something today has inspired you. Hopefully you're going to go out and make pages that have motion and that are fun, that inspire you, that, when you're creating them, you're actually enjoying the process. That's always the best part. I never want people to feel obligated to Scrapbook. I want you to feel inspired and excited about it. So that's why I do different things like this, because it keeps me excited. Like I said, I've been scrapbooking for over 20 years. If I wasn't doing things that make me excited about it, I probably wouldn't be scrapbooking, right? I want it to be fun, but I want it to be important and real. So those are my goals. Hopefully something has inspired you to go and do something fun, whether you're going to go make a pop-up card with a frog on it, or you've got some important stories to tell about your life. I think that this will be a really good jumping off point. And if you make something and if you want to share it, you definitely don't have to. You can keep it for you and just never show anybody. It'd be like my thing, don't look. But if you do make something that touches your heart, or that is super fun and interactive, and you do something like that and you're sharing it online, I'd love to see it. Please tag me on Instagram. I'm at Alice Boll. It's BOLL. And thank you so much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to do this again. Different topic. We'll be on something else, something that inspires me and makes me excited. So I'll be back tomorrow. Let's just see here. Jill says, I've been collecting screenshots of the memes regarding COVID-19 with the hope of documenting a social media perspective of this time in our life instead of the scary view. Girl, we are on the same wavelength because I have those on my phone. Dion says, this is totally inspiring in so many ways. Thanks so much for doing this each day. I'm so happy to be here. I will be here on Good Friday. Remember, it's going to be Great Friday. We might not be with our families, but we're going to be with our Scrappy family. So let's hang out together tomorrow and Friday and next week. So thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to share some more stuff tomorrow. Okay. Talk to you soon, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to leave that thumbs up before you leave. That would be super helpful. And if you're on the replay, thanks. Hopefully you liked it and give me the thumbs up too. I do appreciate it. And if you have a scrappy friend that you're like, how come I haven't seen her on here? Let her know. Say, hey, these are free. They're on YouTube. That's really easy. Come do it. Okay. Thanks so much. Bye. Oh yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed. That's a thing too. All the things, right? Okay, bye.